Early on, mining and ranching were the major economic drivers.
People were immigrating into this very prolific valley, and particularly in the lower Arkansas, because they not only get land, but they could also get water. The upper Arkansas developed just a slight different because we didn't have the same growth patterns and have the same climate.
How water is administered and how water is moved through the system in the Arkansas Basin is very unique.
We've got a somewhat unique and very strong and time-honored system of water rights management in Colorado, the prior appropriation system. First in time is first in right, so the early agricultural interests and some mining interests have the priority when water's in short supply. But what we've learned, I think, over the last 30 years or so when it comes to things like tourism and recreation, fisheries, environmental interests, and trying to support those within this prior appropriation system is that we need to adapt to the system as it exists.
As the state developed, first they moved from mining to agriculture, from agriculture. We've now moved to people moving into municipalities in the mountainous areas. And the appropriation of water now, much of it comes from groundwater. The issue with that, though, most of the groundwater extraction is going to be junior to surface water diversions.
You know, every one of us has taken a part. I think back to when the Upper District was formed and the individuals directly involved in the conversations that took place. Those guys didn't pretend to know what we would be dealing with today, but they all knew they had to do something.
Upper Arkansas Water Conservancy District was created in the late 70s, largely by agricultural interests to make sure that the unique circumstances and needs of the Upper Basin were being addressed. And those needs have changed over time as our economy and way of life has changed too.
The Upper Arkansas Water Conservancy District's service area covers over 3,000 square miles. It includes Chaffee, Custer, and Fremont counties, along with a small portion of Saguache and El Paso counties.
As a conservancy district, it's created under Conservancy statute to do waterworks. Waterworks are anything from direct flow diversion to building a reservoir and storing water to doing a blanket augmentation plan. Our augmentation plan creates a solution that's economical, much more economical than each one on their own going to court to get a decree, hiring an engineer, an attorney, waiting 2 to 4 years to try to get a decree. The same individual or entity can come into our office and in a very short period of time, we can bring the resources to bear to solve their problem.
Water is purchased from the district, stored in reservoirs such as this. The water is released to replace depletions to the stream as a consequence of water taken from wells.
Our process of augmenting, providing water for those domestic uses, can also provide flows for environmental and recreational uses.
The district also provides augmentation for the Salida soccer fields, the Farm to Table program, as well as the Cotopaxi athletic fields.
We're kind of a watchdog agency as well when it comes to proposed changes to people's water rights, water use. We're pretty vigilant about analyzing those and making sure that our constituents are not going to be negatively impacted by somebody else's water rights change.
The Upper Arkansas Water Conservancy District spends thousands of dollars every year to get involved in water court cases. They invest in really important specialized engineering that helps keep and protect water rights in our basin. And it is the undercurrent which drives everything, our way of life, the things that we all love, whether that's agriculture, recreation, boating down the river, fishing, our high mountain lakes, the snowmelt that happens every spring. It's all such an important fabric of our lives and our communities.
with this gap between our current supply and projected future demand. Having more storage would create more reliability and create more flexibility in our system and help us in our relationships with different municipalities. Future projects ought to be more multi-partnered, and it really makes sense to try to build projects that account for more than one entity's needs.
Due to the complexity of water, it's really essential to maintain that consistent line of education down through the generations for the future of our organization and our citizens, to manage water in a way where we're thinking about the long term.
Through collaboration and cooperation, I feel that we could all come together, integrate our resources, and help face our future water challenges.
Colorado is experiencing exponential population growth, and our particular region is no exception. The Upper Arkansas Water Conservancy District, they need to take the long view, and that's what they've been doing for 40 years.
The district was founded by a group of visionary water leaders for the purposes of securing and protecting water in the Upper Basin. That same mission endures today.